I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. On what day did Jesus die? I've grown up in church that he died just before the Sabbath began, but that would not equal to 3 days and nights in the tomb. Well, this is one of the great classic questions of biblical chronology, and I think we would all have to admit that most of us, if not all of us, have grown up with this concept of Good Friday, the idea that Jesus Christ was crucified on a Friday because it is well known that they had to remove the bodies from the cross because the Sabbath was dawning. And we all know, based on Exodus chapter 31, that the Sabbath day is from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. So therefore, the traditional concept is that he spent a portion of Friday in the tomb, he spent all of Saturday, and he spent a portion of Sunday. The problem for the question is Jesus' own words in Matthew chapter 12 were 3 days and 3 nights, not partial days to somehow equate to. Now, another difficulty is Matthew chapter 28 verse 1 says that when the women came to the tomb to prepare the body, the sun had not risen yet and the tomb was empty. So technically, if we're going to do a chronology strictly biblically, we don't even get to count Sunday. So even if you count Friday, you just get part of Friday and all of Saturday, and that's about it. And that's not even close to 3 days and 3 nights, much less 3 days. Now, the answer is found in John chapter 19, verse 31. It says that when they took the bodies down, it was a high day. You say, what is a high day? Well, that goes back to Exodus again, chapter 31, where what we know as the Sabbath wasn't just from a Friday to a Saturday evening as regularly observed, but during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which according to Exodus chapter 12 is the same as Passover. During that feast, there is a Sabbath on the first and the final day of the celebration. So what we discover is that Jesus, biblically, not traditionally, was not crucified on a Friday because the Gospel of John makes it very clear it was a Sabbath day other than a Friday. So if you work it back, not including Sunday because he rose before the sun came up, you get a basic crucifixion day on the afternoon of Wednesday. So again, we call it Good Friday. Maybe we ought to call it Good Wednesday. But at the end of the day, no matter what day we technically celebrate, whether traditionally or technically biblically, as long as we recognize that there was a time that Jesus Christ physically paid the price for our sins by the shedding of his blood, and that for 3 days and 3 nights he stayed in that grave and rose victoriously, then the day particularly should not be of as great concern. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.